Dan. Hey, Dan, how was your Wednesday?
Scott, thank you very much for the intro. I made it back just in the nick of time. I want to first make sure everybody knows today it's just me vocally flying solo. Mr. Brad, my partner in arms, is on vacation today, so you have my delightful voice to hear, and of course Barry and Scott are going to be polling the questions, making sure your questions are answered. But just keep in mind, a little bit less people in the Q&A webinar. That doesn't mean the quality isn't as good. Could be even better. You never ever know. Okay, let's first start off with our standard disclaimer. Trade Ideas is not a registered investment advisor. We're a publisher. All the information you're going to hear from myself, Barry, Scott, or anybody related to Trade Ideas is meant to be construed as informational, educational services only, not registered investment advice of any kind. Should you need that, please consult a registered investment advisor. Okay, let's move along. I kind of keep this slide really quick just so you guys know who you're dealing with. I'm the CEO of Trade Ideas. We've been around since 2003. Overnight success, and we're kicking some serious butt right now. The company is doing as well as we have ever done, and we're on highs. Made in the USA, one of the few companies that really is focused on technology, but everything here is made here. We don't outsource anything, and want to make sure you guys know that. I'm not going to remind everyone that the whole idea here is that you can have the software trade as your companion. It can auto trade for you completely hands off. And I was giving everyone an example of me doing just that the other day when I was trading around my positions, and the software just gave me a nice little present right there. And we hope that that's the kind of experience that you too can have. I mean, this is our sweet spot. There is nobody else in the whole world of trading that does what we're doing. And I'm going to be demonstrating a lot of that to you today. I also showed everyone that the whole game is about taking big wins. And I try to lead by example, kind of giving everyone a heads up. These are trades that I've done in real time. And again, this is a slide I've been using for, I think, the last 2 presentations. I'm going to update it because I have some really killer P&L and some other stuff. But the other thing is we try to show you what we're doing as we're doing it. We don't want you to be some kind of a victim to a guru. This is stuff that anyone can do, but it really is about mastering your emotions in the stock market. And that's really where you start. One of the most amazing things in terms of if you're just looking to start in the stock market is that Trade Ideas allows you to do that in simulated mode. There's 2 modes here. I show you a lot with real money, but we also have a complete simulated trading environment for those that are asking. And that's where you should be for a minimum, I would say 6 months, minimum. In essence, what's happening there is it's like you being at the driving range before playing in a simulated trading mode. It's kind of a one-of-a-kind experience where you can take that mode and bring it right to the real live money, which is what I do in Brokerage Plus with interactive brokers. And of course, soon we're going to have a lot more options for you. So let's jump right into the software. Yeah, minimize this. Guys that are new, remember that our whole system, try to figure out how to do it. How do we do that? Well, we kind of have a Netflix environment, and I'm looking at, and here it is, it's just kind of going, because it knows that you try to win on the upside. That's what right here at a higher price, and then buy. But the best part is the big thing are kind of giving you heads up on trades and showing you how in the box. I mean, imagine always going to be wrecked. It just means that they don't make a move and letting that trade go against them completely. Do some different mathematics. We kind of went all super fancy, and then we did this one. Okay. Kay Langdon, I'm sure someone will answer you, but all of our pricing is available on our website, www.trade-ideas.com, and I'll have that information for you as we get closer to the end. But just wanted to let you see that you can interact with all this technology. You can see what it's doing. You can kind of get an idea what it's trying to do and why it's trying to do it. It's trading the volatile names, so there's a lot of potential. And again, it doesn't always work, right? But here's where your breaks are. Look how far it went against you. Obviously, hey, it came back, but still to the stop. And I can't overemphasize how critical it is to be able to have this kind of training for your eyes and your feel every single day. Okay? So let's move on from the AI, and again, this is what people follow, to really the Netflix view of the stock market. So number one, whenever you see a stock you like, and let's say I'm gonna pull this one, AXGN, okay? I'm gonna highlight it like a Twitter stream or something like that. I'm gonna like it, and then I can go to my own stocks that I like, okay, and it will be there. Now, see, it just appeared. So the software allows you to not only interact with it to the tune of just seeing stuff, but really interact with it in a way where you, as soon as something is interesting to you, like OBV, the software will follow it. And then you can sort on which one of the things that you like are doing the best. So here are the different things that I've been interested in. And I can peruse through this and I can see, okay, why did I like that? What was good about it? I can kind of give myself mental notes. I can, if I want to, check the news. Like, okay, so something's going on with this thing. It really reversed amazing from April. I should have been in it. News, what's going on? So you go to the news tab, you can see all the different stories. Same thing with, if you see something that you like, you can go to similar, and you can see low price competitors that I can maybe take advantage of before they start to run. How about that? Okay, so again, guys, remember, you can do anything you want with the software, but I don't like to make it very complicated. Nick, of course you can do that. See, new, alert window, top list window. You can get as complex as you want. So yes, and there's education that allows you to know how to do that. Very, very easy to do. Again, that will be part of our curriculum as we move through the presentation, but I'm kind of just want to take you through the channel bar. So here we are showing you stocks that you like. We're Amazon, but we don't spy on you. And here I have a cloud with all these different strategies. Let me see if I can load this one up. Nope. Tried to load that one up from Brad last time and something went wrong. But anyways, this is all of my stuff. So I can go a long time ago and see what's going on and try to figure out if there's anything that I saw that was interesting. I'll show you how to, again, there you go. We have halt and resumes. So you can see if a halt and resume can be a good strategy. So I can back test a signal and say, show me what's up. So anything that you get an idea about, you can always test it. So here I just, in under a minute, I ran through, what was it here, 500 simulations. Obviously, again, this is just when you're purely guessing, so I'm not expecting you to show an incredible profit here, but you certainly can optimize stuff and you realize, well, wow, maybe this is the kind of thing that works better from 20 to 50. So you can run it again. Whoops, sorry. You can go to the alert window and you can just make a couple of modifications. Like for example, 20 to 50. Let's see what happens. And this is just a slight sample of what the AI does. It just lets you imagine what I just did here, but kind of doing it multiplied by 10x, and that's what the AI does. Now, again, don't get excited like, oh my God, look, I got to trade this. This is me just showing you how the technique works. There'd be lots of different things going into this. It doesn't, obviously in this case, it's only 60 trades. It's more of just a demonstration type of example, but I just want you to be able to see it. You know, I want you to be able to see. So here something happens on a resume and we caught the sweet spot. That's what that looks like. Yeah, this is what our AI is doing right now in anticipation for trading tomorrow. Okay, so right now while we're talking, I'm showing you the technology. The AI is going through umpteenth numbers of these variations to try to figure out what in the heck is going on. Okay. So everyone, the whole automobile manufacturing business has gone nuts up, which I love. You see, I have this in my heart, and I like. Solo, look at these moves from 1 to 2, and this is amazing stuff. And this is what you're here for, guys. So I would be taking a look at this, obviously. So you got a gigantic move in Tesla. So the automobile manufacturers are really doing something good. That means, again, you start to just think about, look at Ford, the move from April. My goodness gracious. Incredible stuff, guys. And this is, by the way, one of the reasons why so many people realize that you can't simply just be content with letting other people manage your money, because you know that they're not going to be catching stuff like this. This is not what the big people want. They just want your cash. That's it. They want to put them into Home Depot and never think about it. But there's so much opportunity here. Sorry, this isn't Ford, it's Forterra. My bad. I meant to say Ford before. Still, also very nice from 4 to 8 pullback. By the way, these are things that I absolutely love. And I'm going to set an alert right here. So let me show you how I do this. I'm going to say create an alert from Ford at 6:11. And I'm going to say looks like it wants to run. I'm going to hit save. Okay, and now I've got this little pin, and I do no longer need to worry about that. It will appear if that happens, and if that happens, I'll right away know that, okay, I need to, because it looks so good coming off of these lows. Ford, once again, looks really, really nice. Tons of different channels, earnings, okay? Lots of earnings stuff going on, lots of opportunities to take advantage of that. So here you have an earnings channel. Notice you didn't have to do anything today, and all the windows are set up for you. Upside earnings, blowout yesterday and today, downside yesterday and today. You can quickly sort by various things. What's the most expensive? What's the least? So this guy, look at this. I mean, if Brad was here, I would just tell him how much I like these, love these, and like these steady climbs. These are just beautiful participation moves right here. And by the way, if it clears 332, ooh, look out. This is what Trade Ideas is good at. You know, quick sorts, quickly zeroing in on things. And by the way, you know what, guys? Here, you gotta put this into an alert. Let me show you something cool. Heads up. So the reason this is cool, right? And Barry, by the way, I hope you appreciate this because I really like it right now. Notice the relative volume on stock puts compared to some of these other crazy ones, right? So even though it's high, okay, in relative terms, it's low compared to its contemporaries on the earnings side. So even though something's happening, this volume is not a lot of volume in relative terms for what can be taking place, and you've seen it happen before, okay? So lots of opportunities in the markets still as things shift to different perspectives. Smaller caps are gigantically being played right now. So you have to love it. In the morning when you come in and you want to kind of see what Trade Ideas has to offer, notice there's this beautiful pre-market channel. So this is showing you all the gappers. Obviously, here are things that are gapping up. Here are things that are gapping down. This allows you to get a feel for what is happening to stocks that you like to see. Take a look. What are the big ones that are starting to, you know, look interesting? Why are they looking that way? Is there anything to it? Are they reversing their gaps? All of this, which does not get enough talk, I'll be honest with you. It's one of the newer ones that we created, and it's called Account Builder. Can you imagine that? How would you like building your account? Okay, these are the stocks that tend to kind of go, and you can take a look at what they look like. Look at this move right here. Boom. Gold has been doing really well. I've been participating a little bit, but these are the kind of ones that once you, as well as itself. So this is a tough move for people, because here you have something that just rips up and then goes all the way down. But look at these numbers, right? 44 million shares being traded, 80%. This might be an interesting pickup. Again, Barry, whenever you want, you can tell me thank you later. And I'm finding these for you. I'm sure Barry, because Barry is very good. And you can always, by the way, listen to Barry and see what he's doing in Barry's trading room, which I will also show you guys as we get towards the end of the presentation. So I'm going to take a note here and say, could start again. See, this was an amazing move, and if this base stays and doesn't go, your exit's not too far, depending on how many shares you want to get into. So there's a lot of potential to these kinds of moves if you can, again, manage the risk by being in the proper amount of size to be able to hang in there should you need to. Chad, yes, the TI does help you figure out where to put stops, and that's a great question because it's so easy that it goes unsaid. Notice that every stock has this little thing right here. See, it says Smart Stop, or it's right under $4 on QLGN. Do you see that, Chad? Now, notice what happens if I go to VERO. VERO has that Smart Stop right here. And if I go to plug says right here. So the idea is that our software, now here's what's cool. You know, you guys love Apple. If you trade Apple, it gives you any time for thinks you're about Smart Stop and a potential profit target. It's doing this only for the long side, but you get the idea, and you could invert it. So listen, a tool. There's no predictions. This is not a magic 8-ball. This is a handicapper, like a card counter in Vegas. Okay, card counters in Vegas don't predict to favorable statistics. That's all we are doing. Our software keeps watching them. Those below here, well, then you might start testing this area right there. That's why this is placed there. Okay, so if you're long right here in Apple, this is your kind of high level intraday Smart Stop. Don't let it go below here. But of course, there's a little bit of subjective feel to that, because obviously maybe you're only scaling into a position, meaning you're only just getting into a smaller amount. Okay. Cam, good question. Cam said, what about options? Would love to show you what we do on the options side. Notice I'm scrolling through and I find a channel called Options. Okay. So this is a channel designed to show you not which options to trade. However, it tells you which stocks are having unusual options activity. Okay. And you can see what it is. Calls, and more calls means there's a very high call to put ratio. Puts it like this is the opposite, and just way unusual options volume. And here you go. And other concepts called option volume plays. So these are the stocks where the options activity is taking place, and you can see those numbers right there. Okay. Kimberly, I'm pretty sure there's free add-ons that you can download that will do that for you. I don't have one handy, but I'm fairly positive that there are some. Okay, so once again, today's presentation really has been kind of more on, you can see a really nice reversal and heading right back into the hundreds. So there's kind of something for everybody. You can go all the way down and look at the post-market action, and this is what's happening right now, okay? So here are all the stocks that are trading up in the post-market. And I just like this one because Barry, again, if you're watching, you always love, excuse me, bases like this, because when a move happens out of this base, ooh, there's just not a lot of tension anymore. So I really appreciate that. Debbie, let me see if I understand what you're saying. No, you wouldn't miss it. No, it's redundant. You would see it in both. So CK, if you like that kind of stuff, let me show you. Where did I we have one called, what do we do with it? 1 second here. Oh, we might have removed it. It was called Experts Only. Shoot us an email and we'll send it to you. Yeah. Oh, here it is. Here it is. Experts Only. You're going to see big movers, lots of information coming at you fast, and this is where it is. Everything explained. What, why, how. So yeah, that's where I would be looking for the very volatile things. And notice there's just a lot of flow. It's for people who are not very skilled, it can be a little overwhelming. Okay, not a lot of pause in this one today. So yeah, but that's where I would look. And notice everything is on after hours still coming in. Doesn't stop. So trade ideas pretty much is almost 24/7 to an extent, obviously not on the weekends, but you know, we have a very long after hours program. It starts off, I believe 2 hours before the open. So that's the typical behavior as people come in, they open up obviously the pre-market channel, see what's going on, take some notes, get it all ready. And then, you know, this part is whatever you like. So remember too that any window that you open, like from here, you can right click, you can duplicate, and then you can say, oh, I really like this one, I'm gonna pin it. And then if you go to another channel, like for example, social media, notice this window stays. So whatever you like, you can still keep it and see if there's any overlap or see, you know, what's the difference between what this is doing and something else. Yes, right now, US and Canada only. Eventually, there'll be Europe, but listen, guys, the US is the most liquid casino. So from that point of view, this is where all the action is right now. And I would say there's so much information that you really ought to be focused on staying just focused on the US market. That's how cool it is. Okay. Okay, let me show you how to pin a window. You right click and you can pin it just from the right click menu, but you duplicate it so that you can move it away, and then you pin what's duplicated, and then let's switch channels again. That makes sense? Of course. A tool, just equities right now, not Forex and not futures. There's going to be a mini futures soon right here, but it's just not quite ready yet. But very soon, be ready to trade micro futures. And Lots of good stuff. Okay, let's, are there any other questions, or are we pretty good? Okay, fantastic. I love the way we can get a lot of stuff done really quickly. One of the things that I continuously discuss with our subscribers is a concept called alpha. You hear this on many of the financial publications. I want to make sure you guys all understand what is alpha. Alpha is the difference between how much you make versus if you were just in the market, okay? So here on this particular day, I was up 7%. The market was up 0.5, half of a percent. So you would subtract that from what you make, and that's alpha. That's the difference between you over just buy and hold, okay? Just so you know. Paul, I don't have a date, but it's coming. I mean, we're constantly working all the time, okay? John, shoot an email to info@trade-ideas.com and we'll see what we can do. Okay, so that's alpha. Now, as I was saying before, my good friend and moderator of our trading room, excellent mentor, Barry Anderson, who's been helping you in our chat with answering questions, is the leader of our trading room. It's open from Monday through Friday, pretty much open to close with a meritocracy of excellent trade ideas users, also non-trade ideas users who help out, and you can just get a different feel for how people interact with the software. It's a great way to window shop, and I encourage it highly because we get very good feedback, and it is completely free, subsidized by our great subscribers who win bigly. Okay, one of the things that keeps us apart from all of our competition is consistent education on all parts of the software, which is why I don't spend too much time diving into, you know, how to clean the spark plug on the Q&A webinar. But just to make sure you guys know, there are daily support sessions available all the time, and you can register for them at trade-ideas.com/live. We are, of course, a subscription as a service business, possibly one of the fastest growing in the country because we help people do what they never thought could be done. And for supporting us, we always like to help you by giving you a promo code. Today's is Holly July, all caps, 15% off your first month or a year off of Trade Ideas. And if you cannot afford artificial intelligence that costs at the most $7.50 a day, it's possible the stock market is not the right thing for you. I'm just being honest. And that's what a lot of people don't do. You know, they're just not honest about it. They're like, give me your money. But I want to make sure you understand that $7.50, you know, that's the barrier to entry at the high end. Can you handle $7.50 a day? That's what you got to ask yourself. Okay. We have a lot of content, podcasts, and lots of other things that we do. Please search us on your podcast search engine. Of course, we provide you also with free information on how to use various aspects of our technology. In this case, we have one called Earnings, and we did an amazing one that took place right before a big market decline where we were telling people how to short sell better. And that's why I've always said I've kept that element of, if you are new, learn shorting first and you'll be much better at buying. That's a promise, okay? So, all right, Paul, let me see your question here. In IB, is there a way to retain the strategies I add to the auto-loaded strategy so that when I reopen TI, they show up when I, oops, hold on, I'm trying to read. There should be if you save it. Also, save your strategies in the strategies tab. I would just shoot an email and get somebody to maybe drop you a support walkthrough, but yes, that can be done. Yeah, Mark, just send a regular email at info@trade-ideas.com. Paul, that's perfect. Mike's amazing and would be, Mike knows it better than I do, to be honest. And Mike could probably help you as well. That's some of the things that he focuses on too. Okay, guys, obviously like us on social media. Please, if you need to, give us a call, and if not, shoot us an email to info@trade-ideas.com, and I'm grateful for the time you dedicated to hear me out today. Thank you very much, Scott. I think we're all good.
Yeah, it sounds great. I think we are good. The recording will be up later on tonight or tomorrow. Stay tuned for an update email from GoToWebinar tomorrow with a link of how to find it. Thanks, guys. Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, all. Thanks, Scott.